is a high-fat diet bad for your health? So this is a little bit of a complicated question because you could almost make any diet be bad for your health. Fat in and of itself is obviously a normal part of a human diet. It's in fact something required to consume. There are essential fatty acids, meaning that we cannot make these fatty acids that our body requires to function, and we have to consume them exogenously. So we have to have fat in our diet. But is a high-fat diet bad? Well, if you pair a high-fat diet with also a high-carbohydrate diet, and specifically high in simple sugars and simple carbohydrates, that's what we call the Western diet. And in that context, yeah, a high-fat, high-sugar, high-carb diet is bad for your health. We know that pretty much unequivocally. This type of diet, studies have shown, really will put an individual on a path to developing a lot of these chronic diseases like obesity, diabetes, metabolic syndrome. So in that context, a high-fat diet is definitely not good for your health. But what we in the ketogenic community are interested in, and many studies have suggested that fat, when it's not coupled with high processed simple carbohydrates, doesn't seem to elicit the same effects. And in fact, a high fat, very low carbohydrate diet that is properly formulated, meaning made up of good fats and whole real foods, many studies have shown that there are many health benefits associated with this. So compared to a high fat, high carb diet, studies have shown that a high fat, low carb diet is preferable. Also, I would say that pretty much most diets compared to a high-fat, high-carb diet are going to be preferable as well. And a higher carb, low-fat diet is better than a high-fat, high-carb diet as well. So it's all a little bit complicated, and not everyone responds to diets in the same way. So people who are kind of changing up their diet really need to keep an eye on what's happening in their body, doing regular blood work with your physician and making sure that things aren't going wonky, because we're all very unique metabolically speaking. But yeah, no, there's certainly a lot of research right now going on with high-fat, low-carb ketogenic diets showing some really exciting, promising effects. So inherently, fat is not a dangerous thing in your body.